a second. Oh, damn it. Oh, okay. Sorry for starting the stream late. Sorry for starting the stream late because I was really like I exercised just now, and let's just say after the exercise, like you need to cool down a little bit, right? And how bad was that? Is that by the time I finished exercising, I sat down for 5 minutes, and there's a puddle of water underneath, at the bottom of the chair. Those are all my sweat. So that's why I started the stream late. Oh, I'm still actually like recovering from that. Okay, I'm still like my body's still recovering from that harsh exercise a little bit, so that's why. But at least it's a good workout. Okay, so anyhow, we're back with Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. Okay, and last time we watched Labris. Okay, we haven't finished Labris because we do know Labris, she got into the TV world, right? But even though last time we spent like 2 hours plus with with her arc alone, and we basically haven't get to the starting point of the start of Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. We are still in the flashback mode, which is like 10 years plus before all of the event happened. Okay, so that's why, like, I would say we're still halfway through her story. Okay, and like I say, I'm still wondering who the hell is this, but we'll see how. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like, I won't be surprised if it's something similar to the bad guy, the final bad guy of Persona 4 Arena, Persona 4, like a deity of some kind, but we'll see. So for now, let's load. Just then, 5 minutes ahead, something white and fluffy crosses my path. It's snowy. Actually, right before the stream, I was like missing this song, So I turned on. Give me a second. Okay. So before the stream start, I actually like look up for the song because I kind of missed it, and now we're hearing it. It notices me and approaches. I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't mind if they just turn like spin-off of Persona into just a visual novel like this. Okay, I would still accept the game just for that alone. They don't need to like put any battle system like a post-game one, and I would still eat it up. I'm worried about my pursuers, but I cannot dismiss 24's beloved Snowy. Lower my speed and run with it. I then noticed that the scenery we are passing has calmed. My surroundings are very different now. The blue sky that was previously obstructed by trees is now clearly visible. The green grass is shining vibrantly in the light of the sun. And there is deeper blue than the sky ahead. Many lines of white run across it. Sorry, coughing. Oh yeah, by the way, if you remember, during Aegis's like route, we did see like she had some flashback, and there is a scene by the beach, and there's like a canoe next to it. Maybe this is it. Snowy barks as if in an answer. I feel like it's saying, that's right. I could not previously comprehend Snowy. I did not have an interest in trying. But now, I can grasp that Snowy is saying that if I could speak in its own language, I know that it feels happy to be able to run with me. This is probably the work of 24, because if you remember 24, like she had an interest in animals, dogs specifically, because she met Snowy, right? Okay, and with that, like she tried to understand, and I think Aegis's like ability to comprehend animal beings, because Aegis is not only able to understand dogs, but in some of the events, you can see her talking to cats as well. So all of that, the root program that she uses, it's based on number 24. I feel as if 24 is inside me. Though we were forced to part, she certainly left me many things. Not only her wish, but other things as well. Noi barks energetically. I respond with a thanks and a smile. That's freaking. Man, I have a bad piece of cough, man. Though I do not have any clues, I will find her, no matter what happens or how long it takes. I search my current location once more. Now that I am further from the research facility, I can use GPS to triangulate my position. But on seeing the results, I cannot help but stop running. Wouldn't they be able to track her if she turned on like any internet? Because I would assume that she's connected to maybe the Kitty Joe's group satellite or like connection network. So the moment she turned on the internet, she's basically turning on the tracker. Snowy stops a little further ahead and returns to me. My current location is Yakushima within Kagoshima Prefecture. It is a remote island far from shore. The island's perimeter is only 132 kilometers. In such a limited area, it will be a matter of time before full-scale manhunt apprehends me. The reason why is because she wants to go to Kansai area, right? To find, technically, her... if I want to say mother, it's a bit awkward. She's trying to find the original... Well, let's say original is weird as well. Her base personality, because it's from a little girl who was basically bedridden or something, and that girl's supposed to have like a Kansai accent, so she's trying to go there, and since this is only an island, she's not sure if she can swim through it. The research facility must have been built on an island in anticipation in such situations. But if someone were to escape the facility, the island's geography would contain them. It is essentially a natural prison. I wouldn't say about natural though. I do not want to believe it, but my hope must meticulously strangle before it was born. However, I cannot wait here to be captured. I began running again. So that's what the canoe is for! She paddled it all the way to the mainland? I think that's it. There! Well, the...
広すぎて向こうに何があるんか全く見えへん。
I look at the glistening surface of the ocean reflect. I look at the glistening surface of the ocean, reflect the sun's light, and ponder its beauty. I'm at a loss. She's probably the only one that got this far. So Aegis does receive Labris's memories, because this memory is specifically from Labris during this point. Everybody else was kind of like still in the research perimeter, and man, I knew it would come to this, but I could not stand idle. Despite this, my feelings sank. Snowy looks up at me from time to time as I stop running and begin walking. Its gesture of concern forces me to smile and tells it that I'm alright. The forest becomes grove, the trees grow sparser. The blue ocean and the sandy soil leading up to it spread before my eyes. Okay, as you guys know that I've been playing Metaphor in Japanese recently, right? It's because I couldn't take the Metaphor in English because the translation was super annoying the hell out of me. Okay? And when I played Metaphor in Japanese, oh my god, it's like I have galaxy brain reading it. It's like, even though I haven't played the English version, so I can't copy it, I can't like say it for sure how good the overall translation, because I only played the trial version, right? The trial version of Metaphor in English, and it annoys the hell out of me. But seeing how the direction of the translation of Metaphor, it's not even close. The depth of the language used in Metaphor and whatever that you read in Metaphor, it's like, it's peanuts. It's literally peanuts. It's like you cannot begin to fathom how each line was carefully written, and then you see the English translation. It's like, But I'll give Persona 4 Arena Ultimax like translation team. It got my seal of approval from this. It's a 95 plus. Okay, that's basically like there are some improvement now and then, but overall, the translation here. Okay, so I can read and understand both. English is my better one. Okay, I would like to. This is weird because I can speak 4 languages. Okay, English is my best, so I'm not European or Western descent. Okay, so I have confidence in my English most, and Japanese is my 3rd language that I'm most confident in. And although I do not have the ability to like articulate my thoughts properly in Japanese, but at least I can get the point across. Okay, but when I'm able to like read and understand the language, read, listen and understand them well, I really love the writing in Japanese. And this one right here, if you like the writing style here, then I'll say if you start learning Japanese, your mind is gonna thank you, because you're gonna get mind blown, because there's a lot of Japanese games, visual novels and all the such, and even like the games that you like Persona that you play in English and in Japanese, it's gonna feel like this. So you're gonna get a braingasm like reading this. Like, I'll be honest with you, playing Metaphor makes me never, playing Metaphor in Japanese makes me never wanna touch like you know, an original like JRPG in English anymore. That's how bad that's how bad I feel like the translation team did. Okay, like I say, the only like there's only a few that received like my 95% plus translation effort, and one of it is like Yakuza 0 and maybe Yakuza 1, Yakuza Kiwami 1. And I really feel that the English translator are doing a huge disservice to like the writing of the original Japanese writers. Okay, I know that you say, hey, Japanese is hard. I started learning Japanese. I have no... Okay. I only know Japanese from watching animes, right? From watching animes. So like, in other words, I can listen. Okay, I can't exactly speak, but I can listen to Japanese because I watched them since I was a kid, right? I don't know how to read. I do not know how to write Japanese until I reach my, until I take my degree, and you have to take a foreign language, and that foreign language, of course, I take Japanese. Duh. Okay, so from there, I learn my hiragana and katakana, and I use that hiragana to katakana. That's like a one semester course, so around 3 to 4 months, something like that. And based on that, like I kind of like stopped, okay? And when I finished taking my degree, I graduated from my degree. I take Japanese courses, and here I am now. Okay, you need to put some effort, but that effort is gonna pay dividend. Now, right now you can say, hey, it's not that hard. You can just rely on like Google Lens or something to translate. Yeah, but Google Lens doesn't exactly like translate. You don't understand the process of writing or the process of the language itself. If you learn Japanese, if you put the effort, you will understand it. Okay, sorry for the rant, but I really love the writing. Easy to say. And if all translations are like this, then I wouldn't have any problem. The fact is that if you listen to any of my JRPG stream in English, you will always find me like nitpick on the scenes. Like, hey, this one they should do it like this one they should translate it like this. Yeah, because I listen to it in Japanese, and it doesn't even come close to portraying both the intent, what the writer want to express, because a lot of the beauty of the language, right? Like what you reveal and what you are trying to, like the underlying meaning of it. So, like I say, just start to try to learn Japanese. It's really good. It will help you. A blue ocean and the sandy soils leading up to it spread before my eyes. Check my map again. It is not an uninhabited island. There is a means for people to come and go, but I doubt that I will be able to use those methods freely without arousing any suspicion. I guess down at my own hand. It is completely unlike a human hand. It is an object sculpted from metal. My question seems to dishearten Snowy. Didn't say save pooch. And even the layer of, and there's also another layer when it comes to Labris, because Labris is speaking with an accented tone. Like there comes another layer of like how delicate that feeling is. Just as I'm about to crouch and pat Snowy's head, Snowy moves as if avoiding me.
白
Besides, it's not snowy, it's white. But then, she'll probably have to name it Whitey. And that itself is another problem. Snowy circles around behind me and growls towards the way we just came. I train my senses in that direction and sense presences in the distance. They may be keeping their distance on purpose. Since I have no firearms, they must understand that their effective range exceeds mine.
来はったみたいよね
Amongst the human soldiers, a number of my sister units. Is it possible that I convinced them not to fight me? I dismiss the idea as hopeless. Though they may have awakened to their ego, after my escape they will be under the commander's control. Even if that is not the case, they may think that their orders are absolute, just as I once did. I actually wouldn't mind if she's like, if she were like, with her dying breath, trying to persuade the other units as well. Because in a sense, she should start feeling like a deep feeling of gratefulness towards her like human-based personality, that all of Labris type is is based on the same person. So taking each one of them down is gonna break your heart. So I understand if she wants to save, but not trying to, it hurts as well.
どっちにしろやりづらいのは変わらへんか
It does not seem as if they will all attack at once. They understand that I'm already at the ocean and have nowhere to escape. I do not want to surrender. But what's her persona? She awakened her persona, and that persona basically destroyed the wall. But I'm frustrated by my powerlessness. To be caught like this. I would like to say, if okay, for humans, it's basically like say for example, like Yosuke, right? Okay, we're not talking about the main character, we're talking about like other party members' persona awakening, right? Like even though they awaken that, their persona is already set. And what I mean by that is that it's that their personality has already have a solid image. They already know what it will become. Because even though they haven't awakened, it's remained dormant in your soul or whatsoever. But for Labris, okay, she basically came to her own realization. In other words, she developed her own sentient being. So I would like to say she's also something like a wild card. Okay, she's something like a wild card, like the protagonist. But the thing is that it's very rigid, and she's about to develop her own base personality. And even though that it materialized in the last stream, right, where she's trying to escape the facility, like there is still wiggle room to like shape it further. And if she wishes to be able to like swim across the ocean or somehow get across the ocean, I think like the persona should be able to do it, because she haven't fully given shape to her persona. Okay. To be caught like this, I have my own mission to accomplish. The ocean sparkles, the periodic sound of water I once heard from afar echoes from it. As I gaze at the clear water while ebbs and flows, a mysterious feeling rises in me.
きれい
I step out of the sand. After cataloging the sensation, I approach the pier stretching it to the ocean. So this is why Aegis was looking by the pier. if you remember, like we're in Yakushima where we first met Aegis, right? Aegis at the time was like standing by the pier. She was looking forlorn out to the ocean. Even though that her memory is wiped out, does she have like lingering feelings, and she subconsciously tapped into Labris's memory? Because remember, she kind of like got a flashback seeing this unconsciously, subconsciously. While I step on it, the wooden planks creak. I can hear Snowy's light tread behind me as well. I stand at the end of the pier and look out to the ocean. I wonder if she is beyond this ocean that seems to stretch forever. The girl 24 wanted to meet. The girl that I wish to meet as well. This mother figure who loved us and wished for our happiness. Mother figure. So like, I call it base personality, but I think mother figure is a better way to explain it. While my thoughts turn to the girl whose face I do not know, I decide to preserve the ocean's beauty in my memory. After all, it may be the last time I'll be able to see the ocean as myself. The odds are high that when I'm restrained and returned to the facility, my memories will be wiped. I'm scared. I'm frustrated. I do not want to be erased. But I do not think all my hopes are lost yet. This may be the end for me. This may be the end of me. But just as I inherited the memories of 24 and other units, my memories will surely endure into the next generation. It did. It reached Aegis. Well, not fully, but you know. So I will keep these feelings along with the beautiful ocean scene deep within the origin of my heart. There, it cannot be erased or tampered with. The blue sky and ocean. Whoa. Like I say, I think like this one is like 95%. This kind of actually made me want to play it behind the scene in Japanese and see how good is it. And will I get like a additional level of braingasm by reading it? The shiny sun and glittering water, the gentle breeze and calm sounds of the waves. The scenery from this pier is so stunning that it is unimaginable from inside the research facility. I'm curious though, because Aegis was not raised in this kind of like environment, right? Labris was raised in the environment of like take down every single one, use it to your advantage, feed your growth. Okay, that's the world she was taught to live in. Aegis, however, was like a child allowed to explore the world on her own. Definitely, I think Labris played a part in it, but I would like to see who came to that realization. And I bet Hirijo's Mitsuru's father had a say in this. I'm glad that the last face I see is so beautiful. With the ocean before me, I speak to any future sister that I have yet to meet. It might be called the type of prayer. Like, prayer is such a simple word, right? I want to know what's the original word they use. Because in Japanese, like I can imagine like they use the word inori, which is like directly translated to prayer. Or like they use something like, I don't know, Peru. There's like a couple more words that I can think of that can be translated into prayer. Like Gambo is just too. Gambo means like greed. but I think like there might be some different words, and if I know that word, I will definitely like appreciate it even further. That's why like I say they do a good job, but they did not do it perfectly. I'll be honest with you. If I'm given a chance to like join the translation team at this, you know, if somebody comes up to me and like asks, hey, do you want to join a translation team? I would join actually. I would join actually to like even just for QA. Oh, my emotions race ahead of my thoughts. I cannot find the right word to say.
言いたいことがありすぎてようまとまらへんわ。
I close my eyes again and calm my heart. To my descendants who I'll probably never meet, if you ever find someone precious to you, as I did with 24, and wish to meet them, may you meet them here. May you go. Another braingasm. Which is, this actually make Persona 3 even more amazing. Why do I say that? Because this is probably the place where protagonists meet Aegis for the first time. Remember when they went for like a couple of days in Yakushima, right? And protagonist Junpei and Akiko was like trying to pick up girls, remember? And then like they are all competing, hey, who can get a girl? Okay, so like all of them end up as a failure, and then like we saw Aegis standing at the edge of the pier, and protagonist comes up, right? Protagonist comes up and then say, hey, do you want to hang out, something like that? And then Aegis like, I finally found you. Like, this is what I wish for, man. And I bet the original writers had that in mind. Damn.
みんなが幸せになれることを心から祈ってます。
Okay, they are using prayer.
それさえ叶うならうちはもう
Even though my wish may not come true, I'm still satisfied if I can entrust it to someone I believe in. Number 24 said something along those lines.
これがそうなんかな。
Snowy rubs against my leg. Is it warning me to be cautious of my pursuer, who have arrived and are coming closer? Or does it only want me to pet it? I look closely and realize it's the latter. It must be worried. I crouch down and scratch Snowy's head. I wonder if this is why, like, Aegis have an affinity. Well, without a doubt she can understand animals, right? But is this one of the reasons that Aegis has an affinity to like pay attention to Koromaru? Because if you notice, right, most of the time we are like, most of the time we will be like talking, and then like of course Koromaru can't speak, so he kind of like be left out in the corner, and then you can always see Aegis will always be there by the corner standing next to Koromaru while we are discussing something. Is this where like the feelings for that comes from Labyrinth and Snowy?
なあシロ、これが生きるってことやったんかな。
Snowy looks at me while wagging its tail. I pick up Snowy and gently tug it. Snowy shows no sign of resistance and allows me to do so. My pursuers are closing in now, but I will not run anymore. It is true that I'm still frustrated, but it is strange. I am also satisfied. Snowy licks my cheek.
おおきに、もう大丈夫。危ないからあんたは早う逃げた方がええよ。
I let Snowy go, but he does not leave me.
ほら言ってくれへんとうち困ってしまうわな。
Snowy looks at my face for a while. Eventually it droops its head and walked off. Snowy looks back several times, but soon disappears into the tall grass. Oh my god, I got a feeling he's gonna turn back and get shot. I'm probably gonna hate myself if I'm right. My relief is cut short by 5-armed humans pointing their guns at me. I have no intention in resisting. I smile at them. Though it was only for a short while I live. I felt the happiness of passing down my wish. It was only for a brief moment in time, but I may have been granted the wish of the girl who is our mother. I allow myself to be restrained without resistance. They take me back to the laboratory. Like, I understand that now she kind of like become like 24, passing it on to the next generation. But a part of me want to see her like try to swim across the ocean, you know. But we'll probably see the reason why the writers wrote it that way, for her to give up without resistance. I was so absorbed in my escape attempt that I did not notice the severe damage I inflicted upon the facility. It seems that the delicate machinery used to tamper with my memories is in no condition to be used. Oh, that's why she was sealed in that box. That's why. Like I say, the untidy researchers I assume is Edogawa sensei.
そもそもベースになった人間がろくなやつじゃねえんだよきっと。
Oh
記憶を
fuck.
飛ばしてもこの機体じゃ危なっかしいか。
調べたいことは山ほどあるけど。
But Aegis did receive her memories.
わざわざリスクを抱えるほどじゃない。対シャドウ特別制圧兵装5式ラビリスは獅子を再度拘束の上無期限封印処理とする。
But if she got sealed, how did she get the memories? The voice is the last thing I hear before my consciousness is cut off. Dreaming? My consciousness should have been shut down, but I have awakened.
さっきの海の
God damn it! You gave me the ending of Persona 3. You gave me the ending for Persona 3 music, and now you're giving me this? God damn it, how sentimental do you want me to be in this goddamn stream? Shit! You win! God damn it! I want that pier, the blue sky and ocean, the shining sun and glittering water, and the gentle breeze and calm sounds of the waves. Even Snowy is next to me. The scene is identical to the one from before. Though this time, I sense no pursuers. I was captured. I remember that clearly. This is obviously an abnormal situation at odds with my memories, but the clear blue sky and ocean are still so beautiful that I cannot help but gaze at them. If only I could go beyond it. Just as the thought crosses my mind, my viewpoint ascends. Shit, Shit. This reminds me of something. This reminds me of Attack on Titan. This reminds me of Attack on Titan. Right? Do you remember the one scene where Eren points at while he's at the beach? But a different purpose, but the same feel for Eren probably. Soon afterwards, I realized that I'm floating as if my body is weightless. I'm astonished at myself to be thinking such things. But then my field of vision drifts and I turn my attention to that. The scenery I knew already began to mix with other environments I do not know. They become a connected, continuous image and pass like a slideshow. From time to time, I pass through the drifting images, but I cannot grasp anything within those spaces. Even when they are about to collide with me, they pass right through. Could this be dreaming? I remember something I once heard from researchers at the facility. They said it's possible for us to dream since we have a mind and may develop an ego. Though it would technically not be identical to humans' dream, the phenomenon would be very similar. Okay, this comes to another part of like Persona lore, but it's very, very minor, okay? It's that human, like, without a doubt, we have our ego, which is like our base of our, which is like something like the base of our consciousness, and then like it is the shadow, and persona is the face that we showed other people, right? So like people can have multiple persona. It's not like multiple personality disorder. Like a persona is like what face do you show to different type of people. So I think the most easiest example I can think of, okay, that people understand properly, is that think about like a rich person, right? You can imagine them snotty, bratty, arrogant, all of those, right? But then when in front of the girlfriend, in front of the boyfriend, aw, sweetie. So like that's two different personas. The real persona is you know that the person chose the person chose to show is like a very arrogant, snotty kind of rich guy, right? But in front of the people that they love, technically love, like they want to gain their favor, they pretend to be a nice guy. So that's what I mean by persona. Now there's another layer when it comes to persona, which is the common unconscious, okay? And that common unconscious is best represented in Persona 5 Mementos, okay? Like the society itself have their own consciousness, and then like it helps something. So when we sleep, we kind of like tap into that, okay? Now, so Labyrinth is not human, so they do not share the same unconscious. So in other words, they don't share the same mementos as humans. But here, I would say that Labyrinth is actually like, instead of tapping to like something like a mementos, she is tapping to the core unconsciousness of the, like, I don't want to say the anti-shadow weapon, because like anti-shadow weapon is like the elite among the elite, right? Okay, I would say like all of these robotic, or the personality module, they tap in. She's probably right now is tapping into the personality module, which is the core of the like the robots that are given the Twilight Plume. Okay, so this is what I feel it is. I feel that the example the researcher gave of what a dream is like matches with my current experience. If I'm having a dream, then things that are not possible in reality may be possible here. Is she gonna try to meet her? For example, if I can leave this island and go beyond the ocean. The girl at 24 I wanted to meet said that even though she knows that the world is big, she will not be able to see it for herself. What could that have meant? Was she in a place that limited her world, as I was unable to leave the island? Just when it seems that the images flowing around me have stopped, I find myself in an unknown room. There is a bed here. Next to it is a flat screen monitor. There are also white shelves surrounding the bed. To one side is a stand of an intravenous drip. It is a machine connected to it by cords. Though it is small, it appears to function as a life science monitor. This is similar to the research facility. Could it be a hospital? The voices that sound from somewhere belong to a man and a woman. I have not heard these voices
今
before.
朝の検診で学校に通いたいって言われたんです。どのくらい体調が良くなればいけるか聞かれて。
So the girl's memory is in the Twilight Plume's, like, deep. It's deep in it. So in other words, this is probably like deep in mementos for the Twilight Plume.
こっちの病棟はすぐ下の道を中高生が通るからな。両親も最近来ないし、寂しいんだろう。どのくらい良くなればか。先天性だからな、あの子のは。
いけないってはっきり言ったらどうです？むしろ本人かわいそうですよ。
おい、声が大きいんだよ。病室隣だぞ。
The fact that it's in our memories, she heard that. I understand at once that these people are speaking of the girl I wish to meet. The scene feels as if it comes from my own memory. I do not doubt it at all. The girl is suffering from some kind of illness. She may not be able to go outside. A condition prevents her from leaving her small world. Her life is like ours. Could the girl have heard this conversation? How do you make her feel? I want to spend more time in the outside world. I want to live a normal life. You know, looking at this, then I feel like they are able to separate, like, the memories and the emotions, because if she can understand, she said that she don't understand, meaning that the memory and the emotion is like separated. Because for us, okay, we all only have our own memories, so like when we remember our memory, we also remember our feelings, right? So it seems here either the personality module have the ability to like separate them. No, it's probably like the CPU in them separates those two things. So like the CPU only process data while personality modules process emotion. So this, wait, then it doesn't make sense. Okay, then this one comes from the personality module, the Twilight Plume. It feels weird though. If it's like from Twilight Plume, they should preserve the emotion as well. Yeah, kind of like it's very minor detail, but we can let it slide. The thoughts that come to my mind are not my
看
own.
護師さんも学生時代生徒会とか委員会とか面倒やなって思ってはったん？
So this is when she wants to be the student council president. Shit.
うち楽しそうやなって思うんやけど。
This is what she. This is why Labris was running around pretending to be the student council president. This I thought it is the girl's voice. When I listen to her, I can sense her strong yearning and admiration.
やっぱ生徒会長って憧れるな。だって一番みんなに頼られるお人なんよね。ちゃうか。そういうお人やから会長に選ばれるんよね。
Yeah, here's what I say. Like they earn my seal of approval. They are still think they can improve. Actually, they say here, I mean, they're the ones that get things done for everyone. No, actually in Japanese they say like, they are the one that everybody relies on. The girl had a strong desire to attend school and live a normal school life with friends. As I review the voices and feelings, an interest in the school she longs for grows within me.
どない場所なんかな。そないに楽しいんやろか。
I wish to see for myself what she desires. Is there a specific image of it? What kind of place is it? What activities do its attendants perform while there? But there are no memories in regards to school. This must mean that the girl has no such
せや
memories.
な。学校も生徒のみんなの暮らす街もうち全然知らへんもん。
I want to see them.
望むなら見せてやろう。
What the fuck? Like, I was right in the beginning of the stream. Remember I said it could be like a deity of some sort that connects Lavris to Inaba, and you know, the last card, a voice answers my unspoken thought. Who could it be? I do not think I know this voice. For some reason, my mind become hazy. I cannot access my memory easily.
誰やの？
警戒することはない。ただ見せてやりたいだけだ。
I was under the impression that this was a dream. Dreams are supposed to release far from memories, yet this voice does not feel like it's part of mine. Is that even possible? Yeah. But then, since if they are deities, because Inaba is, I forgot which prefecture it was, but Inaba is based on the land of gods. Okay, in Japan mythical folklore. Okay, it's based on that, and like this, it says that there's a month where all the gods, because like you gotta understand, when Japanese says God, it does not refer to the Abrahamic God in religions, okay? Like from the Jewish, from the Christians, and from the Muslim God, which is like they have this one strong, like godlike figure, and they are the omnipotent being that they're the omnipotent being that basically like shaped humanity, created all life. All life begins with him. But in Japan, and like this, all of these multicultural, multi gods, okay, multi gods religion, okay, like it's not the work of a man; it's a work of like multiple deities. Although they might have like a certain like or original god, but whatever that is built up until now, whatever that is built is the work of like all of the gods, you know, working together. Okay, so if this is a deity, I will understand like they can able to like reach out to Labris even though she's not human, because in a sense they are they work on a different uh plane of existence. So in other like they might be like a being of a higher dimension. Okay. Which I feel like at the end goal of Persona is that they want to like link to Shin Megami Tensei World, right? Because in Shin Megami Tensei World, you do have all of the devils, aka the personas, like have their own sentient beings, and like you have Shiva and the rest, like they are the very powerful demon and stuff, right? So I can see like the deity works something similar to that, and like she's that that this deity is able to touch Labris' subconscious. As I ponder these things, the scenery around me changes completely. I first see a 3-story concrete building. I do not know this building. As I examine it, my surroundings change again. The same desk and chair are lined up. In front of me is a dark green rectangular board on the
も
wall.
しかしてこれ学校？本物の教室？
If you remember, among all of the characters that we played, Teddy is the one that's different because Teddy was able to fight with like a. Teddy was able to see the fall of the announcement room, and it's filled with some weird things. This is the place the girl wished to see. It is here that I have gained an interest in. I find myself forgetting that this is a dream and focus my senses to the desks and chairs. I then realize that I can move around at will, just as when I felt my body rise at the
こ
beach.
こで生徒は勉強するんよね。
Feel a sudden
授
excitement.
業があらへんときはどないしてるんやろ。話とかしてはるんやろか。
And this is just a side thing. Like, the voice actor for Labris, she's the voice actor for Kirino in, Oreimo. I feel like for me, I'm rooting for Kirino, right? And she's always on my top 3, top 5 voice actor list. Okay, Taketatsu Ayana. She's always there, okay? There might be time like other voice actor might be like, I might prefer this over her at certain times, but I'll always come back to her, okay? And Taketatsu Ayana is one of the rare voice actor that I would occasionally, check up on, okay? And as you know, I don't follow anime voice actors that much. I prefer to follow a different genre of voice actor, Japanese though, but in a different. They're in the same industry but different feel. Is what I like to say. Many voices are talking at once. It reminds me of the sound of waves near the ocean, but the sound is lively and enjoyable. The voices belong to boys and girls surrounding your desk. They are laughing and talking. Wait. Does this mean that Daniel Teddy is the voice owner? Like the ominous voice that we heard just now? They wear common clothing, though there are some differences. These may be uniforms. It is interesting to see that each person uniform in a distinct way. Wait, Yosuke? That student is the only one with something around his neck. A girl with short hair and green jacket raises her right hand. Wait, who is this? From whose perspective? Next to her, a girl with long hair wearing a red jacket. She smiles. I assume it's a red cardigan. Then there's a well-built young man with strange spiky hair. In contrast to him, I can see a small, delicate, intellectual-looking young man Last, I see a young man with a comm meter sitting at a desk. The front of his uniform is open. His white shirt is showing. They seem to be talking about something. I cannot discern what it is. The scene proceeds to show various points in a normal school. Classes, activities, clubs, student council. It looks like so much fun that I can feel excitement. But then I remember, this is all just a dream. I'm only dreaming. No matter how much I want it, there will never be a day when I can attend school for myself. All the scenes that I saw centered around the young man and his friends. I will never join their circle. I cannot go to school. I'm not even human. I consider this self-evident truth once again. Though I look human, I am a machine made by humans. It does not matter how close my heart is to that of a human, or how much of my ego develops. Damn. But Aegis was able to experience this though. Even though she is not human, everybody like welcomed her. And I think like if she saw Aegis's memory and how she was well cherished, she's glad that a generation after her was able to experience this. In other words, her prayer, her wish is fulfilled. But of course that doesn't mean that we want her to be locked up forever. The mechanical body can never be truly human. Just as our mother could not overcome the obstacle of her illness no matter how she wished for it, I cannot overcome the obstacle of being a machine. It is futile for someone who cannot become human to yearn for a normal human life. I got a feeling that Aegis is gonna talk to her and say, no, we can. And then like, that's when we get back Lavaris and she's gonna join us. Still, although I'm a machine created as a weapon, the girl loved me. What if there are other people like her who could understand me? Would I then be able to find a place to belong among them? But
居場所など見つからず君を道具として作ったのは他ならぬ人間だその彼らが道具以外の存在だと考えるはずだ
So this is where she got twisted and warped. Her genuine wish was exploited against her. Her genuine wish was exploited against her by this voice, and like that's why she went to the dark side. Okay, but it doesn't mean that she's gone forever. It just means that she was corrupted by this voice.
うちは
誰であれ自分の中にある何かから目を背けて生きている
Damn, they tied it to Persona 4 theme. Okay, this is a bit like this is the underlying theme, okay, of Persona 4, which is the like Persona 4. What is the theme of Persona 4? Well, you can say it's friendship and the relationship, but that's the relationship they build up, okay? And the end point of like building up relationship is to seek out the truth, okay? There is a song of that, okay, to seek out the truth in Persona 4 library, okay? And like this is like a spoiler. When they come into the TV world, there are a lot of like mist. Like, is it mist? Well, haze, fog. There's a lot of fog. Okay. Kitty. What is kitty in English? Is it fog or is it mist? I think it's mist. Kitty. Give me a second. Kitty. Yeah, fog or mist, either one works. Okay. So the fog, it clouds you. So, and Kuma, he made the glasses for everybody, right, to help them see better in the fog. So they went on inside the TV world, and from time to time the fog will come out to the real world, and that clouded them. That would make them cannot see the truth. Okay. And the glasses that they wore actually becomes a detriment in terms of like they are not able to like see it properly. Okay, they're not able to see it properly. That's why when you see the opening song of Persona 4, right? Okay, like there's gonna be a scene. At the ending, you see like the protagonist took off the glasses. Okay, means that I do not need anything else to see the truth. Okay, so here the voice in the mind, in other words, the voice that is like tempting Labris is doing the opposite. Instead of making her seeking out the truth, she's asking her to seek out the falseness, the lies.
覚めない夢の中で過ごしていたいと誰しも望む。誰がそれを責められよう。
For just a moment, I sense a incongruity in the kind voice. The strange pain within my body softens a little.
人間であっても心を理解できる者はいる。理解できても踏みにじる者はいる。彼らに比べれば君の方がよほど人間らしい。
I remember the researchers. They certainly did not understand me, number 24, or my sisters. We are treated only as objects. Even after they tried to give us a heart, they themselves do not have a heart.
君が人間であった。何がいけない。
Huh?
うちが人間
The voice whines gently inside my mind. I feel my body is growing uneasily light, as if the world is spinning around
人
me.
は夢によって記憶を整理する。毎夜の夢の中で辛い記憶を自ら手放しながら明日を生きていく。君もそれでいい。望みに反する事実など忘れてしまえば。
忘れてしまえば。
手放すことを恐れるな。君が幸せをつかむことは君が慕う者たちの願いでもある。
My mind seizes upon something. The precious wish. The desire given to me to meet our mother someday and tell her, thank you. I must not forget that. But as long as this wish is precious to me, as long as I cannot erase it from my heart, the fact that I'm not human will remain.
私はただ心から願っている。君が幸せであること。
Bullshit.
うちの幸せ
I think back.
あなたが幸せになれることを心から願っています。
I remember the girl who wished for our happiness. I want to grant that wish. I want to tell her thank you, but that will be difficult for me now. In which case, should I not at least seize this opportunity and be happy here for her sake?
忘れて幸せに
Damn! If a person who enjoyed P4 This hits hard. If you enjoy, if you understand P4, like we are given more bad ending than compared to 3 and 5. Okay, that's why I always bring up 4 as the best Persona that I ever played. So I played 3, 4, 5, and basically they tell you like you can accept the thing in front of you as the truth and never look back, even though it's this, like you can choose your own truth in a sense, but as we know, truth is not something that we can choose. Truth is something that is ever present. Okay, so the fact that you choose the truth in front of you, meaning you have not seen the truth, and for you to forget and be happy with your choice. God damn, man, mind blown here. The writing. My vision goes dark. The sounds I heard fade away. I feel as if I'm falling.
これで準備は整った。
Writing. Ah, shit. So this is the start of P4 Arena Ultimax, where she is in the TV world. When I open my eyes, I'm staring at a wood grain board. It's the surface of a desk. I quickly raise my head. It looks like I fell asleep in class. My sleeve was pressed up my forehead while I was asleep, and the texture left a mark. Oh man, I hope no one sees this. I rub my forehead a little and look around the classroom. And I enjoyed the fact that they used this BGM. Was this the BGM of like everyday school life? Damn. You know, something about about ATLUS as the company, right, behind the Persona series. It's that when they make P3, if I'm not mistaken from what I read, is that they are in such a bad financial shape, okay? And basically they're about to go bankrupt, so they put it all in Persona 3. And in other words, they once a company that is like that is at a point where they have nothing to lose, that is when the company is willing to take risk. And in here, what kind of risk did it take? They take to like make the story more realistic. Well, I won't say more realistic. They try to make it more impactful, something that will touch the heart, rather than like writing a story that just make it sound cool. I think that's one of the writing styles that differentiate Persona from other games, okay? Because others are just like pure power fantasy and like will make you like, oh, he looks so cool. But since everything is on the line, they put it down. Okay, we're gonna make an emotional story about a bunch of school kids, and you're gonna be able to date. You're gonna be able to interact with your friends and family and stuff. I think that's the they understand that, and to make that better, they need like BGM. So that's why like Persona 3 is like a huge step for the company, and that saved them. And seeing P3 succeed so well, that spurs the P4, which is that they're taking the DNA of P3 and they apply what they learned in P3 and actually like further, like, because they're acting with like financial constraint in P3, right? But in P4 they are I wouldn't say like they um I wouldn't say like they recovered fully. Like, it's like they are still at the negative, but they are growing steadily. Yeah, well, I think they're growing sharply. So that's why they are able to like make P4. And with that, they are able to like spend more money. So that's why like they refine a lot of things. And one of the things that they improve on is probably like in terms of like the music. Like, that's what I feel like without a P3 hits, P3 like music hits, but P4 hits in like a much more wider in terms of like, oh, it's school life, relaxing with family, like all of them, it hits much more delicate than 3. That's why like I'm not a big, like, P4 will always be the best for me, and like P3 will be like they are acting with financial constraint. But P5, I feel like they kinda like when P5 was released, I feel like P5 is that, without a doubt, when they make P5, they are already financially stable, right? They're financially stable, so they are not that risk averse, meaning that they, without a doubt, they improve a lot, especially the gameplay, okay? The gameplay, the graphics, but in terms of the writing, I feel like it's not like, it doesn't hit the same tone for P4. Now, most of you who don't play P4 will feel weird for me hearing that, saying, oh my god, why are you saying P5 is good? Once you play P4, and P4 is definitely gonna be a remake, right? And once you played it, I hope that people will understand why like I'm such a big fan of P4. The only thing written on the blackboard is 5th This is stupid. I really hate the way of American write the damn, like, the date, because like it goes from month, date, and then year. Like, it hurts my brain reading it. Okay? Like, if you want to do date from the smallest denomination, date, month, then year. Why are you putting the mid-size at the bottom, small size in the middle, and then like the big size on top? Okay, so it's like, if you follow by date, month, and year, it's an upside down pyramid. Okay, but if you do it from like a Japanese perspective, it's like their year comes first, so it's like, literally, if you look at it, it's a pyramid. So basically, this is May 1st. Oh, normally I would say 1st of May. 1st of May 2012, Tuesday. Everything else is erased. I stretch out my arms. I feel a little tired, but I gotta stay focused. After all, I just got elected student council president in the elections a couple of days ago. I have to keep in touch with what people who voted for me want in a leader. Things with the student council will get pretty hectic after school. I should hurry to the student council room. I stand up and open the door in the back of the class. But when I enter the hallway, there's no one around. I check inside the classroom as I go. I still don't see anyone.
みんなどないしはったんやろ。
It's weird, the whole school is usually rowdier than this after classes. When I hear people talking and laughing in the classroom and the teachers yelling at them to quiet down, where's all the hustle and bustle? where's the bustle of the students and everyone getting ready for their after-school activities? Just when I'm wondering that, I turn around and look down the hall the way I came.
なんや、ちゃんといるやない。
There's a couple of students in the hallway. Some of them are chatting and others are coming out of the classrooms. A few of them run past me carrying their bags. Yeah, this is more like it. This is how school's supposed to be.
ちょっと、廊下は走ったらあかんやろ。
The student gives an apologetic smile, but he just waves to me as he zooms down the stairs.
もう前見えひんと怪我するで。はあ、しゃあないな。
ちょっと男子。
うちがちゃんと注意したらんとあかんね。
I put my hands on my hips and look fine.
これから生徒会室頑張ってくださいね。
張り切ってんな。
バイバイ会長さん。
Everyone walking down the hallway talks to me. I wave back to them. I always had a lot of friends and people who knew me, but ever since I got elected student council president, all the students seem to know who I am. The job comes with a lot of pressure, but I know I'm up for it. I'm gonna be busier than ever around school now. I did have my doubts, but in the end, I'm glad I ran for student council
こ
president.
れでよかったんよ。これで。
I head to the student council room. Time flies by as I go over my agenda. Before I knew it, there's red light pouring in from the west window. It's already sundown.
今日はこの辺でおしまいにしとこか。
A moment. Okay, give me a moment. There's no one else in the student council room. I had the others go home before it get too late. But when I said that if they push themselves too much at the start, they'll burn quick, they just laughed and said, "The same goes for you." I leave the student council room and clock it up. As I go down the hall to return the key, I see a strange woman at the end. She's not wearing a school uniform. She's got an odd head, some gloves, and a one-piece dress. They're all the same. Oh, wait. They're all the same deep blue color. Underneath one arm is holding an old-looking book. The head gives it away. This is Elizabeth, and the blue. I can't see her face with her back towards me, but her short, straight hair draws my. Yep, it's Elizabeth. Her hair is radiant silver, like if pearls were stretched out into strands.
誰やろ。
Maybe it's the clothes, but she gives off this strong presence. I get a little uneasy looking at her. I'm not tiptoeing or anything, but she doesn't turn around until I'm about 2 meters away. When she finally does though, I guess a little. Her features are so perfect that she's like a sculpture. Elizabeth?
どちら様です？学校に何かご用でもあるんですか？
本当にこれでよろしいのですか？
Oh, damn. I do understand what she's getting at. But for some reason, the question throws at me.
私は大きな力が集まりつつあるのを感じて通りがかっただけの流浪の存在。忠告させていただくような筋合いのものではないのですが、間もなくこの場所は少しばかりの騒乱に包まれます。あなたが今のまま全てから目を背けていらっしゃると、この先お命に関わることもあるかと思いましたもので。
Remember, after P3 event, Elizabeth went rogue. Okay, in other words, she doesn't stay in the Velvet Room anymore. Unlike the others, like Margaret. Okay, Margaret still stay in her room after the events of Persona 4. Like, Elizabeth have her own reason, okay? But Elizabeth, I do think like without a doubt she have her own mission, right? I'm not gonna say what it is. What she just said sounds pretty scary. Yeah, she's actually warning others. In other words, that goes against Velvet Room, which is like not to interfere with the events of the real world, even though as it is being affected by like supernatural things. Like they can only like change the like they can only help with those that sign a contract with they're only able to help the people who had signed the contract with the Velvet Room, aka Igor. Which kind of like brings me to like P6, is that Igor's voice actor passed away in 2010. Like P5, they somehow they played around, but I doubt we're gonna see Igor fully this time. Okay, Igor is probably gonna be replaced. Okay, Igor is probably gonna be replaced by somebody, I assume, but Igor probably still pops out here and there, is what I assume. She may have some screws loose, but something is whispering to me deep in my heart, asking me, does she have a point? Are you looking away from something
身の
important?
振り方はご自身のものですが、今のあなたでは正しく選ぶことすらおできにならないかと、みすみす命を落とされるのを見過ごすのも忍びないことですので、ラストチャンスを差し上げようと思い参りました次第です。
The young lady opens the thick book she's holding. I don't know how it's doing that, but light streams from the book. It gets stronger and stronger until I have to shield my eyes. Velvet Room. The blinding light finally begins to fade a little. I slowly open my eyes. The first thing I see should have been my arm, but what I see instead is one made of metal.
なんやこれ。
I can't believe this awkward metal armor is mine. It's like metal plates are covering it. I start tugging at them to try to tear them off.
取れへん。なんやの。どないなっとるん。
Do you accept the truth in front of you? It's not just my arms, my legs have changed too. Why are my arms and legs mechanical? My whole body even. I stare at my hands in confusion. These are my hands alright. Part of me knows that, and then I shake my head. What am I thinking? There's no way these are my hands. It's not possible. It's not... My head hurts. What is this?
しばしお相手して差し上げます。その間にご自身が何者であるかを思い返されてみてはいかがでしょうか。
お相手。
The lady takes a slightly defensive stance.
参ります。
Oh, the first fight?
Round final. Fight!
Look at it. Labris doesn't have persona. Labris doesn't have persona now.
驚き。
Damn it.
ペルソナコードご注意。参ります。ペルソナ驚き。驚き。
Yeah. I can't use...
Penalty.
Like, the other two buttons are not working because we do not have persona. Damn it.
Penalty.
somehow managed to beat the lady in blue who attacked me. How did I win? How did I use his metal arms and legs like it was second nature? I don't understand. The lady in blue stands before me, exactly like she was when I first saw her. She's not breathing.
お
She's
見
not even
事で
breathing
ござい
hard.
ました。ですが、お分かりになったはず。あなたは人ならぬもの。そのお姿でこそ成し得る大切な約束があり、それは生きる証でもあったはず。失ってしまってもよろしいのか、今一度お考えを。
大切な約束、生きる証。
I repeat that to myself. It seems
さあ、
important somehow.
いよいよ試練の空が始まるようでございます。それではご文を。
The thick book in her hand closes with a loud thud. Strangely, the ordinary sound lingers in my mind. When I come back to my senses, there's no one here anymore. I take a nervous look at my arms and legs.
ない。
There's no metal on my limbs now. Just an ordinary skin and bones.
何やったの？夢？
Yeah, she didn't accept that the truth. Yeah, what was that? Would daydream be the word for what just happened? I can't sort out my thoughts. So I think to myself, I can't let it get to me. Just let it go. But some things I can't dismiss that easy. You're not human. You have an important promise which must have been your reason for leaving.
なんか忘れてる？思い出さなあかんことが。
24! My head's hurting again. The pain brings back another memory. It's just for a second, and I can't quite catch it. But I saw blue skies and the ocean, and someone else was there. Maybe a white dog too. I don't know. I think there's a lot more to it, but the last voice I heard stays with me.
だって私たちは愛されているんだもの。
You bastard! You really want to make this a sentimental stream? God damn it! You bastard! How sentimental do you want me to get? When I come to, my hands are balled into fists. Just a moment, okay? Just a moment, okay? Like, I wanna listen to it again, man. Just a moment. Like, just a moment, man. Okay.
おみですが、その失い。さあ、それでは。
Okay. Here it goes, here it goes, here it goes.
なんや。
My head's hurting again. The pain brings back another memory.
だって私たちは愛されているんだもの。
When I come to, my hands are falling to a fist. That's when I make a decision. That promise, that reason for living. I have to hang on to it. I didn't hear them until now, but there are strange voices everywhere in the school building. So this is her route. So this is like different. Please tell me this is different from. Please tell me that this is different from the other routes that we've been through. In other words, instead of trying to deceive herself that she's human, she's trying to see herself like she's trying to hold on to that promise. Please don't be fooled. Is this the tumult or trial the lady in blue mentioned? Is that really going to be a
ほっ
thing?
とくわけにはいかへんよね。フチ、生徒会長なんやから。
Ah! She didn't wake up. Come on, man, wake up! As a student council president, I have to find out what's going on in my school. I need to make sure that the students aren't getting involved in anything dangerous. I start running towards the first floor. And you can now continue the story from cliffhanger. Okay, they say from the P4 side. Okay, so from the P4 side, they didn't mention the P3. You still have time, but we still have time. But I think I want you to be the last one, though. I want you to be the last one. But I think this is where we'll end today. Like on Thursday, we'll pick up everything, okay? On Thursday, we'll do everything in one go. Well, I don't know how long it will go. So... damn! So this lovers, like I say, what I posited is that each one of them, when we go through all of this, is that it's kind of like it's like a parallel universe. So it goes from here. Yeah, it goes from here. Of course, they skip lovers, right? They go from here to here. Basically, like there's a difference, but they learn a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, and then like now, Aegis jumps to Eclipse. She had been living that day over and over again, but now she finally found a resolve and decided to move forward. That's what I think. Okay. So Thursday, we're gonna go for all. It's like each one of them, they're stopped at the cliffhanger, so I think like it won't be that long. Okay, it will be shorter than the rest. I think like it's their final lap for this. Okay, so that's all for today. On Thursday, we're gonna pick it up, and of course, I assume that we have to defeat all and find out the truth. Who is this final one? Okay, like we beat them. And then probably like after we've done all of this, we'll see who's the one behind it. So that's all for today. I'll see you guys on Thursday for me to pick it up, and tomorrow is my Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 stream, okay? So yeah. So get hyped for it, man. Okay? So yeah. See you next time. Bye bye.